everyone. Are you ready to be fired up? Because I sure am. I have a baller in the real estate industry, Chris Pesek. And if you want to learn what he's doing and how he has increased his business significantly while having more time, more freedom, and absolutely loving life, then stick around and get ready to be fired up. Hey, Chris, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, Krista. How are you?
I'm doing so good. I have to tell you, I was excited when I was like, oh, I get to interview Chris today. I was like so excited about it because I just love your personality and your story and just how you love humans. So tell us a little bit about you, where are you from, all that good stuff.
Got you. So I am currently living in Dripping Springs, Texas, a little community just outside of Austin. Everybody knows Austin, Texas at this point because it's a secret that's out. I've been in the real estate business now for about 11 years and joined your coaching program about a year and a half ago. And just kind of what I found after getting into your program is that I was doing a lot of things right, just wasn't doing them all the way right. And to say that it's made a huge difference in my business is kind of an understatement. The best year that I had in about 9.5 years leading up to you was about 150,000 gross commissions. Last year I did over 250, and this year I've already reached 250 year to date here, end of July, and it looks like I'm on track to close about 375.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. So you've in a year, how long have you been with me? A year and a half?
Year and a half, yep.
Year and a half.
So doubled last year.
Doubled last year, and then now you're more than going to double that again. That is amazing. Yep. So
it's a pretty good ride.
Pretty good ride, and you seem so happy. So now, with that being said, you're doing like double the amount of business, and that's during a worldwide pandemic, which is just
correct, and
limited inventory.
Yes, very, very, very limited inventory.
So talk to us about it. Tell us what you're doing that's working, and what changes you made.
Some of the biggest changes I made, I used to be a huge open house person. I was doing 2 or 3 a weekend. That was, I was getting buyers, and I could pretty much count on picking up at least a buyer a weekend. So I was getting up, a buyer or 4 buyers a month roughly. And just, I got away from that completely. One of those, the timing couldn't have been better with you and with the program, because again, you mentioned we went into a worldwide pandemic last year. Just like everywhere else, they shut down our open houses. So I couldn't do open houses, but getting into your program, seeing what you're doing, how you're advertising, implementing that stuff, I completely got away from my open houses. I am actually doing a lot more seller sides this year than buyer sides, which again, in a worldwide pandemic and in inventory shortage, that's a big deal. That kind of helps take care of itself. So I've seen a lot more sellers, and then the buyers that I have are coming from not only social media, but also the sellers that I've been helping, and some of the other stuff that I'm implementing that I had been doing before your program, but learned how to fine tune it with the local businesses and small businesses and things like that in the area, and just getting warm referrals from them. So.
Ooh, I'm so glad. So nothing is better. Real estate agents get into real estate because they want to have financial freedom and time, just to figure out that they're working every weekend and every night doing things like open houses. And now you're no longer doing those, and you're more than doubled your business. And now it's more seller than buyer side.
It is. And I'm glad you mentioned that again about having some more time on weekends. The amount of extra time that I've got on weekends compared to what it was when I was doing open houses. Because if you do a 3-hour open house, you're going to set up at least an hour ahead of time. It's going to take you 30 to 45 minutes after. So I was burning, 12 to 15 hours a weekend and not spending it with my wife and with my dog, and, not doing the things that I enjoy doing. And now that I'm not doing that, and again, the business is there, I obviously haven't seen a drop off. It's just skyrocketed, and I've got the time. I'm spending less time with buyers and more time with sellers. So I've got the time on weekends. I've got more time in the evenings because I'm not answering crazy phone calls at 7 and 8 at night. It's just kind of, I don't want to say it's been easy and smooth, but it's been fairly smooth. So. Yes.
Okay. So tell us what you're doing. So now give me like before Krista's program, and then after. Like I know you said, so what are the difference? What are the shifts that you think you've implemented from what we've taught you that you still have made the biggest difference?
Okay, and I'm going to go back and give a little bit of background on myself and kind of my mentality and psyche, because that'll explain what we're doing. Growing up, we fixed everything in our house. My dad was a fix-it. We worked on our house, we worked on our cars, we worked on tractors and lawnmowers and all of that stuff. When I left home, and I'm 46 now, so when I left home for college in '93, my dad still had the push lawnmower that he bought used, I think, when I was born in 1974. So that's how long we keep stuff around. So it's the mentality of, if something's broke, we fix it. We figure out how to make it work, and we make it work. So when I got into real estate, that was my mentality. I didn't join a large firm. I wanted to stay small. So I joined a boutique firm and kind of taught myself real estate. My broker helped a lot, but the ins and outs in the day to day, I had to do myself. And then I transferred to another brokerage, and same thing. It's a small brokerage and I love it. But again, I was solving my own problems. And as I saw those problems becoming larger and the need to kind of compete with the big houses, and not only the big houses, but, Keller Williams, Century 21, obviously, but also the Zillows and the realtors, and how do I get my voice out in front of people? So I knew that I had to start social media marketing. So probably 4 or 5 years ago, I kind of did the DIY, how do I do Facebook leads and how do I do Facebook ads? And I had started getting into videos and local videos and trying to become that local personality. But like I like to say on the internet, when you're searching for something, you can find anything, but it's usually only skin deep. And if you want to get in below that and actually really immerse into it, you're going to have to pay for it. And I'd looked at a bunch of different coaching programs before I came across yours. And my background prior to real estate is I was a teacher and a football coach. And
me too. I love being teachers.
and so I knew from a coaching background, when I was looking at these other coaching programs, okay, I didn't need to pay somebody to sit there and tell me, have you made 50 calls today? Have you done, 5 face-to-faces? I didn't need that. That part I was doing. So all the coaching programs looked like the same thing all along until I came across yours. And it kind of clicked when I did. I think what was the first thing I did of yours was the clients in 30 days.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And it all started to click for me going, okay, so I'm really, really close with a lot of the things that I'm doing, but I didn't know what I didn't know. So I kind of took the jump, plunged all the way in with your mastery program. And now I'm on the repeating or the year after. I'm not sure what you call it. Sorry.
It's okay. The continuity.
Continuity. There you go. And I'm in the continuity program. But what I was able to do was fine tune how I was doing my Facebook ads. I didn't know anything about retargeting. So that was a huge part of what I got out of your program, was how to actually set up the retargeting and go back and have my ads seen over and over by the same people. And then I also learned how to take what I was doing from a local perspective with my small business outreach and things like that, and not only get my face in front of people, but also put those businesses out in front of other people that they would never be in front of, other clients that are in the community that didn't even know they were there. So I'm able to leverage the Facebook ads and what we're doing on there, not only for my own good, but also for the small businesses in the community. And then obviously, when people realize that you're out there to help them and you're not just in it for yourself, and that you're willing to spend money because you believe in a business or a concept or an idea that somebody else is doing, they're obviously going to jump on board and do everything they can to help you. And that's something that I've seen kind of in spades.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh. And you're just taking it, you truly are being a true community market leader. You're helping others, you're serving, you're giving back. And as we know, contribution equals growth. So the more that you are contributing to the community, you're helping yourself grow and them grow. And you're also being seen by the community as somebody who's doing that as well. So it's just such this good faith. Okay, great. So really, really diving into the community videos, learning how to properly utilize Facebook ads and retargeting, actually taking the video, because as we know, I always tell people a video is great, but if you don't know how to actually get the video out there, it doesn't do any good, right? So now you're getting these videos out there, so they're actually being seen by the masses. So that's made a huge difference. Okay, great. Because I want people to understand what's working right now. What else? What else are you doing, Chris? Because that is an amazing, in a year and a half during a worldwide pandemic, doubling, and this year going from 151 to 375 you're anticipating. That's crazy pants. I mean, I'm not shocked they see it all the time, but I know people listening are going, this doesn't seem real. This can't be right. But I mean, you can reach out to Chris and he'll tell you. So what else?
Absolutely.
What else are you doing?
I'm going to dive in a little bit to what I'm doing on the community side, because like I said, I'm getting behind businesses and kind of getting, giving them a lift also. And it's paid off. There's business owners in the community that I've been helping, and you talk about the warmest of warm referrals that I've gotten from them this year. And I think I'm up to 8 just from my community outreach stuff. And I've had business owners tell me, do not tell anybody in this community where you got this lead from, because they've got a ton of friends that are realtors. Mm-hmm. But their friends are not putting time, effort, or money into helping them grow their business. And so they're literally going beyond people that they've known for way longer than they've known me, and giving me the referrals because they know that my heart's in the right spot, that I'm trying to help the community and help them grow, as opposed to their friends who are, doing the same, calling them every 6 months. Hey, by the way, if you know anybody trying to buy or sell real estate, give me a call. That's not what I'm doing. I'm actually investing time, effort, and money into these businesses. So one of the largest or the best feedback that we've gotten from a program, my wife and I, we just celebrated our 19th anniversary. And thank you. And one of the things people ask, wow, 19 years, that's crazy. And we say, yeah, we try to actually go out on a date every week. And that's something that from the very beginning, we said, we want to continue to date each other, come kids or whatever, we're going to continue to date. And
my husband and I actually made the same commitment. It's the best thing
that's
ever.
Awesome.
We do it like 5 nights a week though. Now. I'm like,
but yeah, so, everybody's, are we going to date tonight? Yes, we are. Yeah. Where are we going to go? But everybody always says how great of an idea it is. And this actually is one of my wife's ideas. She said, well, why don't you start a community date night where once a month we pop around to different restaurants and breweries and bars and, invite the community. And again, this was during, we started it kind of at the end of last year, right when these businesses were really hurting because they had lost, you think about bars and restaurants, how much money they lost last year. So they were really, really hurting. So reached out to some of the people that I already knew, and it's exploded. So we do a community date night, and we have anywhere from, 10 to 50 community members that come. But what I'm doing is doing a video with the business owner and their spouse. We're talking about kind of their first date or their worst date. They put together a special deal for the community, and they put it out as the Dripping Springs Home Team Community Date Night. It's all over social media. We run ads behind it. We do 2 or 3 videos behind it. And we get about 2 weeks of advertising leading up to it. So the businesses are generating a lot of revenue. I mean, we had one bar that when it was over with, the owner called me the next day and he goes, hey, anytime you want to do this, you come back, because it was their best single night in a year and a half, dating back before the pandemic in terms of sales. And so, when you're
I'm totally going to copy this idea.
No, it's amazing. It's an amazing idea.
I need to go to your page, and you need to send me some videos so I can see. And I really want to see like how you're doing it from start to finish. And I want you to teach this concept at the next, tomorrow at the Mastery. Can you teach it tomorrow at Mastery?
I've got to check my calendar. I'll check.
You should be there. You have to go every Tuesday and Thursday to the coaching call. Just because you're so busy, you cannot stop doing the things that got you busy.
And that's not the problem. I just got back from a 9-day vacation, so I'm still trying to catch up.
Gotcha. Okay. But if you can't do it tomorrow, we'll have you do it.
I will definitely teach it. But that brings up another really, really important point on this. If you take this idea over, Krista, the way you do it versus how I do it, it's going to absolutely explode, blow through the roof. Because I need everybody to know that the most important thing about anything that you're doing is just that you're doing something, you're getting something out there, you're putting it forward. Because I don't have my perfect process put down for this yet. Like I don't have a time of, hey, on this day, I'm going to do this release of advertising and then this release. And I don't have all of those things in place yet. We just did our 7th one. And I'm still trying to get my processes down, but it's already blown up.
You're doing it? So every week you're doing it? No, it's just like whenever you have the time, you're figuring it out.
Right, that's exactly right. So we're doing the date nights once a month, but I try to start my advertising 2 weeks ahead of time. So there's always 2 weeks on of advertising and then 2 weeks off.
I like that once a month, because then it doesn't get so overwhelming. It gives the time. Right. People will take it more serious because it is only once a month. Do you do it on a Friday, or what day do you do it on?
We always date on Thursday nights, so we do it on Thursdays. We've had some people say, "I wish you did it on Friday because it's easier for us to get off." But again, it was started with my wife and I, so we're like, you know what, it's working right now. This is what we're going to do.
Okay, so people are saying Friday nights would be good.
Some are, but like I said, we're still getting a great turnout.
Yeah,
on
and that
Thursday.
right there is like going to be totally like you doing this. You're introducing yourself to other members in the community. Oh my gosh, it's brilliant.
And it's some of the great things about it. One, when you're doing it, normally if you're doing an advertisement as a realtor, people see you as a realtor. But when I'm doing these advertisements, obviously I always lead in with, "Hey, this is Chris Pesek with the Dripping Springs Home Team." So right there, they know that you're a realtor, but I'm not talking about real estate today. And I don't say that. I just go right into, "Hey, we're hanging out with Eric and Kristen Turcotte over at Turcotte's Butchers. And we've got date night coming up there in 2 weeks. Let's talk about what the special is going to be, what you're going to find when you get there." And so it disarms people. So they're seeing you as a realtor, they're seeing you as a professional in the community, they're seeing you as a community leader, but also it disarms them because they're interested in these other businesses. So they're going to continue to watch.
Yeah, so good. I'm seriously thinking now, who can I have help me implement this? I'm going to do it right away because it's such a great idea. Because we do community videos all the time for restaurants, but we don't. This is a strategy behind how you're doing it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like so good, Chris. Awesome. Keep going.
Well, I was going to say one of the other really, really interesting things about it, and everybody knows in cities, you've got Facebook neighborhood pages and city pages and all these other pages. And yes, I do. I have 4 of my own. Yes, ma'am. After you told me to do them. But you've got all these community pages, and usually they limit things to like Small Business Tuesday, and that's when you post on Small Business Tuesday. But what I've noticed is that when we're doing these posts for date night, and it's me promoting another business, and we're doing a community date night, and you're doing it in the name of community activity. This is for the community. You can post on those neighborhood pages any day of the week, and they don't say a thing.
They don't care. Yeah.
Because you're not doing it.
A Facebook page specifically made for this?
I don't, and that's one of the other things that I've got to go. Yep, it's on the list.
I'm going to make sure I do a community Facebook page. Yeah, and then like run ads to get people to into the community Facebook page, and then oh my gosh, so good. And it's all about what I love about it is that you're encouraging family and you're encouraging marriage, and it's not just about Chris the realtor, but it's about Chris who actually takes his marriage seriously and believes.
That's right. And we've heard talking about caring about marriages and things like that. We've heard from people that have come out to our date night saying this is the first date we've been on in 5 years. That's people in the community that are kind of, thank you. You gave us a reason. People in the community, you set it up. Look, this is the day, this is the time. These are the specials that you can go do. All you have to do is show up. The one piece that I have not been able to implement yet because of the pandemic is I want to set up with one of the local churches or daycares. I want to set up daycare for the parents so they can drop their kids off prior to. I just haven't been able to implement it yet because of the pandemic.
Oh, that's so good. Well, you could still do something like that and find like a local team, and say,
right.
Hey, would you like to do this? And you'll make whatever you make, and people can give a donation. It's like, hey, you're taking a risk here. It's like, I'm not going to give you a certain hourly rate, but people are going to be encouraged to give you a donation for it. So some people will give you $20 and some people will give you $2, but you know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah. So nice. Okay. So I'm literally going to have one of my team members watch this, and I'm going to do a whole training on exactly what to do, how to do it. It's going to be awesome.
Well, and when you're finished with it and you have it perfected, let me know so I can copy yours.
I'll give it right to you. You know me. I'm crazy about this kind of thing, but this in itself is its own little, module.
It really is. It could be, and again, the number of businesses now that are reaching out to us going, hey, I would love for you to come do our business and things. It happens, and then it just becomes this organic thing. And realistically, I'm struggling to keep up with it because, and we're not going to get all into this, but yes, I'm still a one-man show. I don't have an assistant yet. I'm working on it.
Oh my gosh. Coaching moment. If you want to do $600,000 a year, you need to get an assistant right away. Put them through the program. We'll tell them exactly what to do, and you'll double X. What are you waiting for?
I'm sitting down with my handpicked prodigy next week.
Okay,
So,
good. I mean, think about like the Cassie Spears, Alicia Collins, Leslie.
I know. Leslie Bennett.
All of them have gotten assistants. In fact, opened up brokerages. Eric Anderson just opened up a brokerage. They all took the step and got an assistant, right? Cassie, all of them. There's so many more names I could mention right now. So you got to do that, Chris, because you're doing so well, but you could even do so much more if you just take that step. And don't worry, there's going to be plenty of things for them to do. And the program tells them exactly like.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. You'll be good.
But that's really one of the best things that I'm seeing results from. But what I'm really, really focusing on, and I'll give you a little bit of background on Dripping Springs in and of itself. It's a very, very fast growing community. We have in the area, like in the school district, in the high school, we've got about, I think 3,500 to 4,000 students right now. So, 25,000 families or something like that. So I went all in. We talked about niching in your program, and my niche is businesses in Dripping Springs and getting them out in front of the community. So when we talk about Facebook advertising and you draw your 15-mile radius around an area, I can literally drop a dot in the middle of Dripping Springs, and 15-mile radius is my niche. Like that, I don't have to go outside of that.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, really focusing on keeping my face out in front of the community, letting them know things that are going on in the community, and how to get out. People are coming here from all over the world, from California, Europe. I had a couple of clients, Chicago, New York, New Jersey. Literally everybody it's like they're descending on Central Texas. And so a lot of them know anything. They don't know what businesses to go visit. They don't know what to do outside. So I started also a weekly show on Monday, a live Facebook Live show where we talk about local businesses. And I teamed up with another agent who I'm trying to get to come join me, but she hasn't yet. She's a Keller Williams agent. I'm working on her.
You're working on her.
Anyway, she and I do it together in the name of community outreach. And we talk about nonprofits and churches and businesses and things to do.
Are you looking to transform your business? Well, if the answer is yes, then you don't want to miss out on our intensive event starting soon for only $97. This event is jam-packed, full days of live coaching with me. We have breakout sessions to customize and implement our daily trainings so that you can actually utilize them into your business. We're going to give you the training to craft your personal strategy to convert your leads into long-term clients. So let's go. What are you waiting for? Register now. Can't wait to see you there, and let's transform your business.
Okay, sorry. My internet was bad there for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, keep going.
So anyway, on the show, the idea is just staying in front of the community, and I've got a recurring every Monday after the show. I go into Facebook ads. I drop the last week's video. I upload or put the new video into the ad, and it's just a continuously running ad to keep that show in front of the eyes of the community in that 15-mile radius. And every week, I don't put a lot of ad spend behind it. Every week, I'm reaching between 5,000 and 8,000 people in the community, according to Facebook. But over time and just keeping that ad going nonstop, the number of eyeballs that are seeing it, and you say it all the time, you'll know you're doing it right if people in the community are recognizing you. And it happens when you go shopping or you're out to eat. People come up and, oh, I watch your show every Monday and I love what y'all are doing for the community. My wife looks at me and she goes, who is that? I've got no idea who that is. and it happens all the time.
Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they act like they know you. Your best friends are talking to you and hugging you.
They do. They know you because you're on their phone or on their computer every week, so they know you.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you for just taking this so seriously and really implementing and you're having fun doing it, which is the cool thing.
I am. It's a lot of fun.
I bet your wife's happy you're not working every weekend now doing open houses, huh?
She is. And actually now when I do have to go do a showing on a weekend or meet a little later in the day, she kind of looks at me like, this isn't normal. What's going on? And I have to remind her, yeah, remember I'm doing a lot more business now. I still do have to go and do my job. So.
Yes. Okay, good. So you just took that whole community video idea to another level. And I love that you really niched in and honed in on one thing, which was great. But you said something to me about, so you have a lot of people coming out of the area into your area, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So you have a Facebook community page, obviously?
I've got 3 of them.
Great. And you're totally working those like crazy. The more that you can just get that video content out there, make sure it's on your website, make sure you're video repurposing it, get it on to YouTube. is going to be huge because I mean, doing things like the top 10 things to do in, Winding Springs and all that content, people are going to be, finding you online. So that's super important for someone that lives in a town like that, where a lot of people are coming to,
It is. And that, again, I'm going back to, for people that are listening to this, and, again, I've gotten to the point where I would say I'm a fairly successful realtor at this point, as long as I can keep it going. But
as long as I can keep it going, that's not, we don't talk that.
Sorry, I am a damn successful realtor. Get the heck out of my way. How about that? So as I kind of look where I'm going, I realize that I haven't implemented even half of what I really need to implement from your program. And again, I mentioned doing it myself and needing an assistant, because usually, if you're doing 20, 25 deals a year, you've got the time to then do your community content and do all of that stuff while you're doing your business. And right now, I don't have the time to do my content while I'm doing my business, which is why I have to offload that. So I really haven't even scratched the surface into your top 10 videos and the things around here and this. Haven't even scratched the surface of it. So as soon as I can get those implemented, I really expect next year this time to be talking about potentially 500,000 or 600,000 GCI.
Oh, great. You won't get there if you don't hire an assistant. So you better hire,
right.
You got to spend the 50K to make 500, right? Like it's kind of a no brainer, and at the rate you're going, I think you'll even do more than that. Quite frankly, if you're going to do 375 this year, there's no problem. You should hit the $500,000-600,000 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good for you. So I love hearing it. So have you done your whole listing process yet?
I do. Listing process is taken care of. I've got my video is actually 15 and a half minutes. I've got my booklet, got my boxes. Yep.
Good. So you did the book too?
Yes.
I want to say I haven't seen a copy.
No, sorry. I did not do the What to Expect When Selling book yet. I'm talking the listing presentation book.
Gotcha. You need to do the book, What to Expect When Selling Winding Springs. Oh my gosh, come on. That's going to put you to another level. And then when you go to the businesses, you leave those books in the businesses that you're actually doing, and they'll put them on their counter for you without even thinking about it. Right. And you say, hey, do you mind if I just continue to, like, when you run out of them, I'll bring you more?
About that. I didn't even think about leaving them in the businesses. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Yeah. And again, I'm not implementing half of what I need to implement. And this is the success that I'm getting as a result. So as I implement more, again, learn it, implement it, master it, move on. I'm working on it.
You're doing so good. My brain is in there going, how can we make this even, better? Okay. So this is amazing. So everyone who's listening, I hope you understand, like, this right here was a golden nugget and a golden opportunity, but there's a few things you have to understand. Number one, being consistent is important. Number two, making sure that you actually are getting the content in front of people. So talk a little bit more about that, Chris. Like, people will talk about, I just can create these videos, but they're missing one huge key, and that is properly distributing it. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I can talk about what I do, and let's take the Monday videos that I do specifically. Within my retargeting, I'll back up. Within my retargeting, I've got seller videos, buyer videos, and community, all videos. And so anytime I upload a video, I put it into one or more of those categories. So that retargeting is always going on, so that when I've got a listing or just sold, stuff like that, and I run those ads behind it, it's constantly going to those same people over and over. And one of those lists, I think all videos for the last 365 days, I think that list is up around 50 or 60,000 people at this point. So 50 or 60,000 people are getting bombarded with that anytime I run a video ad. With those specifications. On those community videos, I'm actually doing it very simply. I'm doing $3 a day. And again, it's just running nonstop because there's just not that many people in my area in that 15-mile radius. So I'm just doing three a day. I actually keep my interests wide open because I want to target everybody. I'm not looking for buyer sellers or anything like that. So I keep my interests wide open at that point. And then, like I said, every Monday when I have new content, I drop the old video out so that ad goes away for that video. I upload a new video and start the ad there. So it's just a continuous 365 days out of the year, with that small ad spend constantly popping up on Facebook and Instagram for people.
Ooh, I love it. And then, so that video is then promoting obviously yourself and the small business.
Right. And it's branded, it's branded with my brand, Dripping Springs Home Team at Jackson Properties. So they're always, every show starts and ends with, hey, we are realtors and we understand the market here better than anybody. And then we go in. So people are constantly getting it back in their amygdala, I think is the one that gets.
Prefrontal cortex.
Oh, prefrontal cortex. Sorry. See, there you go. And I was a biology teacher. What the heck? But anyway, it's constantly getting pounded into their head that I'm a realtor in Dripping Springs. I'm a realtor in Dripping Springs. So anytime they watch it on Monday, or they see my later Monday show, or they see our date night, again, it's under the span of this is for the community, but they know that I'm a realtor in Dripping Springs and I'm doing business in Dripping Springs. And as they interact with those businesses, and that, God, we could talk for 3 hours, and about Facebook, how they reach more people as people interact with your posts. So any of the other things that I'm doing within the city, all of my just listed, just sold, under contract posts, people that are interacting with the business video posts are also now seeing all the other posts that are going out on Facebook, because Facebook likes that. So I don't want to say that you taught me how to shortcut some things with Facebook, but I think we kind of learned how to shortcut some things with Facebook.
Well, you learned how to actually do it correctly, right? I mean, it's great
right.
Video, but if you're only putting it on your business page and personal page, no one's seeing it except for your dog and your mom. And the goal is to make everyone in the community see it over and over again. That's why our students have such success, is because they're learning how to just get massive exposure, on a continuous basis.
And then, I'm gonna jump off on the massive exposure thing real quick. We haven't even touched on the listing videos that I put out and things like that. But on my listing videos, I've gotten to the point now where, and I'm doing them out of area because people are coming in. So I'm targeting specific markets, San Francisco for one, Illinois, and Maryland, DC, Jersey area, because we've got a lot of people coming from those areas. And I'm getting to the point where in a week I'm getting 150 to 180,000, not engagements, but reach, 150 to 180,000 reach. And that's in a week's time. So, the mass appeal.
Send me some of those stats, because I'm going to start using you on my upcoming things. Will you get me a couple of those, couple of screenshots? Will
do. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to take some pieces out of this and just put you on there and be like, here's why. I need to have you literally talk about this, what you're doing, on one of my 2-day events. And I know you're so busy, but I would love that, because it's just, it's nice to, because you're giving me credit where credit's due without like overdoing it. And you're so awesome. So perfect. Okay. One more idea. Yep. You need to create a community date night funnel.
Are you looking to transform your business? Well, if the answer is yes, then you don't want to miss out on our intensive event starting soon for only $97. This event is jam-packed, full days of live coaching with me. We have breakout sessions to customize and implement our daily trainings so that you can actually utilize them into your business. We're going to give you the training to craft your personal strategy to convert your leads into long-term clients. So let's go. What are you waiting for? Register now. Can't wait to see you there, and let's transform your business.
To where funnel each month, right? Like you just create a funnel, and people can actually, you can get contact their information to download the coupon or whatever, or get a free drink or something like that. So then you're driving traffic to your funnel. So now you're collecting people's information and you're taking them off of the Facebook platform and putting them onto your own. Now you can segment that list into your CRM. So you've got to create a funnel on this too.
And I am right in the middle of the funnel module, trying to get my funnel set up for buyers and sellers. And so, yes, that's a brilliant idea. I hadn't thought about it. There is one other idea that I'm working on as well. I don't know if I want to give it out, but you know what? Givers get, right? So
yeah, givers give.
One of the other things with the area, again, we're getting to know all the businesses, all the restaurants and breweries and wineries and distilleries and all these other places. By the way, side note, my wife comes up with all the best ideas. And so This is another one of her ideas. And she's a teacher as well. So, she's just kind of hanging out this summer going, hey, you should think about this. You should think about this. Yeah. So this is one of her ideas. But what we're going to do is go to the businesses, ask them to donate gift cards. And we're going to create a social media scavenger hunt where they have to go to the businesses, take pictures in front of the businesses, tag the business, tag me. And if they complete, if we have 20 businesses, the idea is, hey, if you complete 10 of the businesses, we'll give you a $10 gift card. If you complete all the businesses, we'll give you a $30 gift card. But just, and that way it's not even necessarily just people in our community, but also we're the wedding capital of Texas. We've got more wineries, breweries, and distilleries than any place I've ever been outside of some places in Colorado. So we've got a lot of people descending on us on the weekends, and getting the word out, and then kind of getting all of those people as your social media army, on the scavenger hunt, I think could be a pretty good idea.
So cool. We actually so this girl had cancer. Her name was Olivia. And so we did this huge scavenger hunt, and people would just show up, and we had, I swear, we had like 100 people. 100 people showed up.
Awesome.
And we made them do things like they had to go and buy like a big, huge super gulp, and they had to suck down the whole super gulp. They gave them all these crazy things. They're like, oh my God, brain freeze. And they're tagging us everywhere. And we raised like a ton of money for them. They won prizes, and we had like a big barbecue at the end. It was so fun. I should do that again. It's a lot of work to do something like that. I will tell you that.
And that, again, I need that assistant.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it was worth it. And it was such a good time. I like how you're saying if you're going to give them a gift card, or wouldn't it be like, if there's too many people, everyone gets a gift. That can get pretty expensive. Maybe it's like you got to be in the top, like for the scavenger hunt, top first 10 people that show that,
My idea on it is kind of like the social media videos that we're doing, for the date night and for the Monday show, is I would kind of like it to be going on year round. Just if somebody, and maybe we do need to adjust it. Maybe you need to complete 20 things to get a gift card for a $10 gift card. But the way I see it,
it's like it's ever going. And so when they go there,
correct,
they tag it, and then it gets checked off the sheet of the businesses that they went to. And
right.
Then at the end, after going to all the businesses, they can get, $30. That's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah. And the idea, again, the businesses, I don't know exactly how to work, because it would be great if they would go and, hey, go have a beer at 12 Fox Brewery, take a picture of you drinking a beer at 12 Fox, and that's your check there. So the business, if they're getting a bunch of people coming through getting the scavenger hunt, they're not going to care about giving away a $10 gift card, because you're driving business to them. So that's the idea behind it. Get the businesses to give us the gift cards, because we're driving people through their doors.
Ooh, I'm totally implementing this, and I'm actually going to have a meeting with all the local businesses if I want to do it. And I'm going to talk to them all about it in like a group.
Yeah, that's my plan, especially the ones that have been so good with community date night and things like that.
This has been awesome. I have to say, this is my favorite podcast interview of a
Don't say that too loud.
It's true. I have to be honest. It's my favorite one yet of any student I've interviewed for the podcast, because it's like, I like that we just took one idea and we just really expanded upon it. And, and quite frankly, we're masterminding on how to even make it better, which is just
exactly.
Awesome. So it's just been so good. Chris, thank you so much. So people that are looking to you to find out either more about my program, to see if it's the real deal, or to give you a referral of people moving, tell them exactly where you are at, remind them of the state that you're in, and how they can get your contact information and all that great stuff.
I'm in Dripping Springs, Texas, just outside of Austin. So if you hear anybody moving to Central Texas, I'm the one. And if I can't help them, I'll tell you. I don't like driving 3 hours anymore. I'm getting a little bit lazy. But
you're working smart, not hard.
That's right. But anyway, if you've got anybody moving to Central Texas, you can find me everywhere on social media except TikTok. I'm too old for TikTok, not doing it. But Dripping Springs Home Team, I'm all over social media, drippingspringshometeam.com. And my phone number is 512-736-1703.
Say it again. Say your phone number again.
512-736-1703.
And it's Chris, CHRIS PESEK.
Yes,
and the name of your brokerage one more time?
The brokerage is Jackson Properties. My team is the Dripping Springs Home Team.
The Dripping Springs Home Team. Okay, everyone, I think this was amazing. You better drop it in the chat, like, subscribe after this. This was bomb. And if you have anyone that's in that area, make sure you get a hold of Chris for Dripping Springs. And Chris, thank you so much for your time. I'm just let you know, within 30 days, I'm gonna have this whole thing mapped out.
That's awesome. And if you're just visiting the area and you want to drink a beer, call me. I'll drink a beer with you too.
Oh my gosh, for sure. We can check it off of our list, on
That's right.
That's right. Thank you so much. I always have everyone leave with one thing. If there's one thing you wanted to say, whether it's business or personal, what would you tell people?
it doesn't have to be, and this is business and personal, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just implement it and then follow through and keep doing it.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, Chris, thank you so much, everyone. I hope that you are just as fired up as I am. And then remember, first of all, I want to thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with me. It means so much. But learning is not where the knowledge, where the power is. It comes from implementation. So take this, implement, do something. And if you are looking to fast track your business, reach out to us. We are here to serve. We will help you just like we've helped hundreds of other people absolutely transform their business. And to get a sneak peek of what we do, just go to KristaMashore.com/2 days live. That's KristaMashore.com 2 days live. It's a $97 training where you get 16 hours of coaching from me and we will knock your socks off. Right, Chris?
Absolutely.
Make it a great day, everyone.
Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.